What is an album if not a day in time? It's a snapshot of us that day. We recorded it and the next day came and it's already gone. And to me, a big theme for this band has been carpe diem. Seize the day, squeeze the juice. You can see that when we play live. We kind of play every show like it's our last on earth. But I won't decide to let you down. In the studio, man, I really think we made the most of it. You can hear that in the lyrics, and I think you can hear it in all of the songs.
I love recording in the studio. It's a totally different vibe. It's a good switch up from the live environment, and it's a new focus and a new energy. You're losing one of the senses when you're listening to the record. Live, there's such a visual aspect. In the studio, you're kind of just creating new textures and things that you hear, and it's just a different way to approach music, especially when it comes to improv and kind of reshaping our songs.
Over the years, we've really developed the craft of creating an album. It started out primarily as a live band, and we learned that art form early on, and we continued to develop it. But as we've done each album, spaced across a year and a half, figured out what works and what doesn't. And I think this album really captures best what we do as a musical endeavor.
I'm extremely excited for the album to come out. We put a lot of hard work into it, which we do in all of our albums, but this one in particular, we're just extremely excited for, and I think it's a great example of kind of the growth and maturation of the group.
This album really did come from the same time frame, and there's no throwback from the college years. They're all at least 2020 and after. It really reflects our current writing style, and there's a level of cohesiveness that is very congruent, and it's the same band and the same writing style putting out this record more than ever for us.
So this album, on a personal note, features my best guitar playing that I've been able to capture in the studio. I finally felt really comfortable, locked in. I feel like my guitar tone was exactly where I want it to be, I've been using the same rig for 15 years. Steve, our engineer, has mastered the art of capturing it in its true form.
Well, there's a wrong way. There's a right way. And Steve Wright is the guy for the job.
Steve's awesome. He's great to bounce ideas off of. He gives us great criticism and feedback, and he's very trustworthy, especially with his tambourine skills.
So we first connected with our producer-engineer, Steve Wright, in 2014 when we went in to record our Pleasure album. We heard of him and connected through him because I was a big fan of bands he recorded like Basshound and Lake Trout, and always loved his production and mixing style.
We had some amazing guests on this album, and that's another thing that's cool about the studio. When we're live, if someone's at a festival, we're like, oh, do you want to sit in? And they do, and it's so much fun. We play with each other all the time. It's nice to have a new element tossed into the mix to kind of create a new concoction together. In the studio, what's great is that we don't have to happen to be in the same town or the same venue or the same festival. We can just call our amazingly talented friends and say, hey, are you free? Do you want to listen to this song and see if you hear yourself on it?
So on our track Overtime, we had our friend Joey Porter from the Motet and Alra Carter from Talk both lay down key parts.
And we're like, which one should we use? And then we realized if we take little bits and pieces of both of theirs and mesh them together, it created this incredible soundscape that I think is so groovy and laid back and textured. We're just really fortunate to have such talented friends, and they all elevated our music so much.
Mummies always crush it, love their horn section. We sent them Let the Boogie Out, and they sent us amazing ideas, which we went back and forth on and really built up a really cool track that elevated the song to the next level.
There's a wide variety of genres and styles and textures on this album. We have that good old-fashioned instrumental, dirty funk, the little bit of electronic vibe in Skinner.
Our song Skinner features our friend Chalk Dinosaur on keys, synths, and various effects. For the studio, we need something just to take it a little more out there, just to give it a little extra something. So we sent it to John, and he absolutely crushed it and sent us back basically what you hear today. Stylistically, I think this is our most diverse album to date. There's a lot more chill songs than there have been before, while still having the big high energy bangers. It was a really fun process for us to record all these, especially some of the ones that are just different. something we haven't really done in the studio before.
The variety of emotions, you'll see in songs like Day and Time, where it's very uplifting and very positive. There's songs like Beneath the Surface and All Right Tonight that kind of bring more of kind of a mysterious, different side of that.
All of them, whatever the content is, should leave you feeling better and positive, or at least touch you, because no matter what language you speak or what you're going through, music is that universal language, and I hope that we're speaking everyone's language with Day and Time. It takes so long to record an album, from writing the music to getting in the studio to mixing and mastering and artwork and all this stuff. I'm just so happy that it's out. I just feel so fortunate to still be doing this with my best friends. It's been 15 years, and I think this is our best record yet. Until the next one.
You can't preserve this. You join the circus.